and I basically, you know, I do what I got to do to maintain the job. But there's people that say, well, hey, we never have to worry about you getting business done because you're gonna have to you're gonna take care of business. But you got to be that same way in the truth, being over the Lord's house. You got to take care of business, man. Being a supervisor, being an overseer, and because there's people that look to you as being an example. That's the reason why Paul said, hey, look into those that you have that are like us for an example. Roughly paraphrasing. Because we're set up by the Lord to get things done, man. So you got to stand in your lot and you got to perform your duty that you've been placed in. If you're a manager in this thing, hey, be a manager. If you're a supervisor in this truth, be a supervisor. And go all out and do your job as if hey, the Lord himself is there in front of you. You know? We're set up to get this word out, man. Hey, go ahead and read that.
16 and 10.
Yeah, 16 and 10.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
So if you're unjust in this world, you'll be unjust if whatever the Most High gives you, or whatever your house, whatever position He set you up in. Go ahead.
If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust in the true riches?
Which is the true riches is this truth. Go ahead.
And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own?
Who shall give you that which is your own? So if you're unrighteous in this world, and you're gonna be the same way in this truth. If you're a lazy nigga in the world, and you're gonna be lazy when it comes to doing the word of the Lord, you know. Which there's no room for laziness in this thing of ours. And we've been set up to perform and do something which is real important. And what we've been set up to do it is to wake up the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to the knowledge of who they are. We were set up to let them know, hey, that Yahushua died on the cross for their sins, and He resurrected for them. We were set up to bring in those Israelite foreigners. We're set up to bring in those people that look like other nations. But guess what? Hey, there's people that's out there that say, hey, the Lord to live is coming. So let's beat the manservants and the maidservants. You know? Completely disregarding the Israelite foreigners, man. People that look like Chinese or Japanese or that look like Edomites, but really their bloodline and lineage go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead. Because there's people that's set up in positions in the nation of Israel, but they're not performing their duties the right way. Hey, but what does the scripture say? Hey, the scripture say by much slothfulness, the building decayeth. You know, or by a nigga being lazy, you know, the house will fall apart. And we're set up to keep the Lord's house intact until He comes back, man. So that means you gotta be on your A game. You gotta do what's expected of you. You gotta be pushing the right message through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because you can't be pushing a message that don't agree to his dispensation that He gave us. If you pushing a message that don't agree with the way He wants you to run things, then guess what, man? And he's gonna beat you with many stripes. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. Basically, yeah, you know, if you're in that chill spirit, you that get that spirit of the world, like, you know, you got all the time in the world to do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're gonna fall at the seams, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get caught in that destruction. You know what I'm saying? That nuclear fire, you know what I'm saying? If you got that spirit on you.
Go ahead. You got your precept.
This is Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of heart, and as unto Christ, Yahweh Shai. Not with eye service, as because you know you got brothers that agree with you, but in their heart they got this other guile about you. They feel a certain way about you, and they think you through the spirit you don't know, but through the spirit you can just check how they make their moves, and they say things the way they say things, or they bring things up. So you gotta watch them brothers, man. Sometimes sometimes you can't. You gotta actually watch brothers. You gotta look for evil in the camp sometimes, man. Because there's always somebody trying to deceive and think that they're better. Ain't nobody better than nobody in this thing, but we have to actually produce ourselves as being men of the Lord and come and do this work as it's supposed to be. Because it's easy to talk good, but when you talk good, can you back it up? You know, and that's the truth, man. You gotta back what you're saying up, man. Brothers speaking some real shit, but you know, you gotta watch for deception and people. And you can smile, show your teeth. Hey, crocodiles got teeth. You know, they smile in your face and or a snake can smile, and the lions, they'll show their teeth and eat your ass up.
Gotcha, bitch.
Right, yeah, easy.
Wolves.
Or what, huh?
Wolves and sheep.
One west. You know, so why you got? Sometimes you got to do that. You know, it ain't about being the head of things. Just a brother just put in a position at a certain time, and now sometimes you got to ramp it up, or you gotta be an asshole. You gotta be an asshole. You gotta hear some things. You gotta hear what the brothers are speaking on, man. Cause this is some real shit right here. This is some real stuff that the brothers are speaking about. So you know, in your mind, you gotta really pay attention to what is going on out here. Because right now we're like that spot in a big old white sheet that you can see that spot on the white sheet, that you know, but that's that unblemished spot, meaning basically we're different from the rest of the world as Israelites. We're different, man. So act so, you know, just be with the Most High, like he said. A lot of these scriptures, man, the brother bringing out are on point, man. You know.
God, you'll be able to tell an Israelite from anybody else.
Right.
And that's the reason why, and not just talking about all of Israel, because the only Israel that we're concerned about is Galatians 6 and 16, the Israelite of God. You know, that's the only Israel that we care about. Now the scriptures say in Romans 8 and 16 that our spirit bear witness with their spirit that we are children of the Most High. Like the brother said, when we're set up, we have to observe. Not only do we have to observe the flock of the Lord, but we also have to observe everything that's going on around them. You know, so hey, there might be a sheep among the flock of the Lord that's sickly, or there may be a sheep amongst the flock of the Lord that's causing one to go off. It could be a sheep in wolf's clothing. So you gotta watch, because some are set up to deceive, man. And that's the purpose that they were set up with, like Judas Iscariot. He was amongst the flock of the Lord. But hey, what the brother just said, hey, when you're set up in a position and you're a teacher in a house of Israel, you do have to observe those that are among your flock. You got anything? Yeah. Oh, the brother was holding something. So just come at me.
This is Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6 and 6. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest." You know, like an ant, you would consider like an insignificant creature. But like the scriptures say, like, you know, they don't have no one over their head telling them what to do and when to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother was saying, you know, now that the Spirit is on us, you know, we got to seek our own salvation. So just like the ant, you know what I'm saying? It know when it's time, it know what time it is, you know, when it's time to get busy, when it's to go to work.
When it's time to fight, because ants fight. They protect their,
you know,
they know, like Ecclesiastes said, it's a time and a season for everything.
It's down right here. They work right here.
Come. But they don't need someone that's over their back all the time telling them what to do, you know? But yet, hey, there's different ranking systems with ants. I'm pretty sure there's a king ant or a queen ant, but then there's a different overseers that the ants have, you know, helping everything to operate in order, you know. We're here to get this word out to help everything operate in order. Because if the Lord wasn't pushing the true doctrine through Great Millstone, hey, the house would fall apart, man. The house would fall apart. Hey, and the whole reason why we have the apostles that are over us and that's being so tough on us is because we're stewards, man. We got to make sure everything is operating in order. We got to make sure everything is pristine, you know. Because when the Lord comes back, and He don't want to find anybody slacking. He don't want to find anybody that's not doing what they're supposed to do, you know. Because if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, if they're not pushing the right message, then guess what? They're gonna be beaten with many stripes. You got more? Okay, go ahead. Grab your precept, boss.
Jeremiah 9:4, take heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders.
Right, right. Every brother will utterly supplant. I mean, right, really, in this thing, we're actually soldiers solo in this thing, but we're in a collective. When you collective, your army, your military, and we're the military. Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But what it says, you have to work out thy own salvation, because the brother can't save you in this thing, man.
God.
You have to, you have to make sure you present yourself as the way the Lord gives you, because it's a gift to receive this gift. Even the brother in the smallest part of the campus is a gift. It's gifted to him from Yahweh Shem Yahshua to understand that this is the knowledge. But you know, brother will supplant. The word supplant goes back to the word what to like hustle you or something that. You can have, you know, it's brothers it's people that come into this thing to get glory. You know, and just to get glory, to be seen on the camera. You know, they might be just brilliant, but they could be seen, want to be seen. That's the Lord could pick anything out of everything, man. You know, we had that before. It could be picked out of anything, out of the cleanest thing. It could be a spot. And I go back to the spot. It could be something that's a spot, a blemish on that person, but the person don't see. The person think I'm doing it, I'm doing it. But the Most High is the only one that chooses you, chooses your destiny, and He chooses your delusion. Because you can believe that, okay, I'm the man. Hey man, you better check yourself. Don't get puffed up. You better check yourself and check yourself twice. That's why I can't. Hey, it falls right into what I'm saying. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourself. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates, man. So prove yourself, man. It says whether you be in the faith, because this thing ain't a weekend concert for everybody to go by and see you. Hey, look, hey, I saw him out there, man. He looks holy. Hey, look, the Most High, hey, He ain't playing. He will pull some bullshit out of the guy with the most wisdom in certain things, man. The most wisdom, because look, we still in this flesh, man. Most High you don't get exonerated for shit you did. Don't you still get caught up on your sins, man? If you do some sin or a sin, because ain't nobody exempt from this thing. So we gotta examine ourselves continually. We gotta prove to Yahweh Shem Yahshua that we're worthy for this thing, man. Ain't nobody over it. Just like right now, we in this thing and we all coming for that one penny, man.